Hello and welcome to Untwisted Threads. This is Sewrella Yarn's home collection, our 160th yarn review. This 80% superwash merino wool, 20% cashmere style nylon yarn features 20 colors. The colorway that we chose is Bumblebee. This 100 gram skein with 194 meters or 212 yards works up as a heavy DK weight yarn. The suggested gauge on a US 7 or 4.5 millimeter needles is 21 stitches and 29 rows per 4 inches or 10 centimeters. For our swatch, I'll be using a 4.5 millimeter needle size. Currently, this yarn is available for purchase at Sewrella Yarns online, which you can shop with our link down below. In today's video, we're going to review and score Sewrella Yarns home collection using our 4 categories, which are traction, softness, durability, and cost, to help you decide if this is the best yarn for you and your next project. We've reviewed over 150 yarns now, and honestly, the biggest thing we've learned is that a screen just can't tell you how a yarn really feels. We've all ordered skeins that looked perfect online, but totally different in real life. That's why we started putting together yarn cards, little monthly sets of samples from the yarns that we review so you can feel them too and know what they're really like before you commit to a skein. Think of it like having a yarn shop that you can hold in your hands. We share them with our community on Patreon, but your first one's on us, yes, for free, because we just want to make choosing yarn feel easier and more fun. If you'd like to try it out, the link is in the description for you. Let's get started. As a little background, you may know of Sewrella for their hand-dyed yarns. This is their first launch of their new in-house yarn, spun and dyed in North Carolina, which they hopefully plan to keep in stock online and maybe even in yarn shops worldwide. For traction, we give it a score of 4.5 out of 5. This tightly spun 4-ply yarn had a nice stitch definition, not too crisp, a little fuzzy like you'd find with a wool. Because of its bounce and soft hand, it was fairly enjoyable to work with. You could use wooden or bamboo needles with this one if you wanted to, because I don't think you'd be fighting too much grip or drag. And I also didn't experience any splitting or coming apart, which was great too. For softness, we give it a score of 4.7 out of 5. This yarn is the same quality of their superwashed hand-dyed yarn. You've probably heard a lot about merino wool, but what is this cashmere style nylon? It's a type of synthetic fiber designed to mimic the luxurious softness of cashmere while offering the durability and elasticity of nylon. It's often used as a blend with natural fibers to improve the performance and feel of a final product. And did we notice that luxury cashmere feel? Honestly, not a ton straight from the skein. Yes, it was soft, don't get me wrong, but not like I think I was expecting, especially when someone writes the word cashmere on a label. My expectations become higher. It did seem to get less soft over time, but it never became irritating. And as superwash yarns often do, yes, it did soften noticeably after blocking. For comparison, it is softer than Drops Daisy and not quite as soft as Knit Pick Swish. I'd say it's pretty comparable to Drops Merino Extra Fine. For a micron count or softness scale rating, we'd estimate it to be about a 20. When it comes to breathability, garments made from wool are light and warm. It's not only insulating, but also wicks moisture away from the body and retains heat even when moist, thanks to the structure of the fibers. For durability, we give it a score of 4.5 out of 5. This yarn is similar to a sock yarn and is made of superwash treated merino wool and that little bit of nylon because oftentimes softer yarns don't hold up well to wear and tear and are prone to pilling. Because merino wool fibers are more fine, it's a little delicate on its own. However, the higher twist of this yarn also adds some strength, allowing it to withstand greater tension and stress. Since it has undergone a superwash treatment, that should prevent the fibers from felting together, but the label still recommends for you to hand wash your projects made with this yarn. When it came to our stress test, we noticed a medium amount of very small pills. Honestly, I think if this yarn was softer, there may have been more pilling, so the amount of softness could have been strategic. For cost, we give it a score of 2.4 out of 5. For being a 100 gram skein, you can expect to pay $20 US per skein. That breaks down to about 9 cents per yard, meaning a size medium sweater quantity would cost approximately $120. Overall, we give Sewrella Yarns Home Collection a score of 4 out of 5. It's softened very nicely after blocking and has a beautiful color selection, including those that you don't typically see in a color palette. You may be thinking, ouch, the price point is a little high. But if you consider that this yarn is dyed and spun in the United States, the price reflects that, and it is still more cost effective than their hand-dyed yarns. So if you're looking for a nice quality yarn that may hold up better with the added nylon content, this could be a great option. I also like that the skeins come in a 100-gram size, which means you won't be attaching skeins together as often. Have you used Sewrella Yarns Home Collection yarn before? What yarn would you like for us to do a review on next? We would love to hear your thoughts and recommendations in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's review, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.